evening, everybody. Welcome to season 2, episode 1. The boys are back in town to the 3 minute
What's up, guys?
show. How's it going,
Hello,
guys?
hello.
Good, good.
It's
Good to be back.
it's good. Yeah.
So for some of you that are tuning in for the first time, guys, we are a bi-weekly podcast show where we discuss everything having to do with men's lifestyles, ranging from mental health to cigars to scotch to anything, and especially, of course, a lot of it has been taking over by the pandemic talk that we've talked about, but. We have an interesting show for you tonight. And guys, before we do our intros, it's funny. There's two things here. Three things. I want to apologize for the fact that there's no decoration on the screen here because Claudio decided to use his personal StreamYard, the streaming service. So I'm gonna throw him under the bus right away off the bat. And also, guys, see Ange and Claudio. The advantage here is everyone has to watch us now because ideally there's nothing else to do, guys, in Quebec. 'Cause
Exactly.
luckily, our government's put us back into a lockdown and a curfew.
Yeah.
So now, and there's nothing else to do for you.
Exactly. No, exactly. So you know what? You could join us. By the way, while Louis was throwing me under the bus here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to do this
Yeah.
bi-weekly, and we're going to talk about. You're going to see what we're going to be talking about. But I promise you the next episode is going to be more decorative in the background, so it's not depressing like it is outside.
Yes, exactly.
That's
So,
right.
just to let you know, I'll introduce myself. I'm Luigi Costanza, co-host, obviously, and I am also the host and creator of the Agree to Disagree podcast show. Ange, take it away.
I'm Angelo Perella, guys. Owner, creator, whatever you want to say, of the Ange TV show. Ange Collects, and the new couples channel, guys, that I'm about to start, Ange and Erica show. It's premiering this Friday, by the way, guys. You should check it out. So, my name's Ange, and I do YouTube, and I'm a janitor as well.
I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Claudio,
All
who
right.
the
So,
hell are you?
good question. So I'm a stand-up comedian / actor, and I also am part of the Dirty Four podcast. Obviously, this, and then as of tomorrow, I'm going to be part of Jofo in the Ring with Frank Jofo and Kyle Morin. That's going to be Thursday nights at 10 p.m. But mainly, I'm also focusing on this and Dirty Four, and I might also be a part-time Uber driver, Uber walker, because times are tough, and we'd like to get it in behind, folks.
So,
Yeah.
who are you going to be walking? Other people?
No, I'm going to be delivering food, Louis.
Yeah, you know
By-
what, Claudio? What exactly is an Uber walker? Like,
Yes, please.
Oh, all right.
indulge
So,
us.
okay.
Indulge us.
So let's say, for example, right?
Yeah.
You have a friend, and someone does an Uber order, right?
Okay.
And its Uber order is close to the vicinity of that restaurant. I am going to take your food and bring it to your place because you're both fucking lazy. So I'm gonna go get this food and bring it to your place. That's an Uber walker.
Interesting.
Wow.
It
Very,
is.
very interesting.
It is. I might do it, or then I might just go on Shumash or something because I'm a lazy piece of shit sometimes. But anyways,
So, for those of you who are the reason why, obviously, if you're watching from outside of Quebec or even outside from Canada, is that famously or unfamously, we've made the news again here in Quebec that we since last week on basically New Year's Eve are once again find ourselves in a curfew, 10 p.m. and the lockdown, and non-essential businesses closed. So obviously Claudio works at a cinema and the cinema is closed. So there you go. So
so my Christmas gift was, thank God you asked, Claudio, what did you get for Christmas? I got a big fuck you from the government at 1 p.m. on December 22nd, 2021. Man just came up to us and said we are closing today as of 5 o'clock. So that means that I didn't have a Christmas because I couldn't get some gifts that I want to, and I had to go to a few friends' parties. Like, no, it's okay, Claudio. It's okay. You know what? It's you that we want. I'm like, yeah, bullshit. So I couldn't get anything for Christmas, so I had to be a cheap, excuse my French, fuck. So that's why I was there. But all this to say is that we had this lockdown. And as Louis mentioned, we have a wonderful word here that's used in the military if there's an invasion attack. So we have this curfew as of
Yeah.
10 p.m. So if you go out, actually, you know what? Before we continue, I went outside last night around 9:40, and two cops. I was walking in the park, and two cops came up to me, and like, hey, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm walking. Like, what do you think I'm doing? And they're like, well, and then I bullshitted him. I told him, like, listen, I have, some academia, it's not there. And, I feel like I'm going to, I'm not there. And they go, we understand. But next time, try not, try to be home at 10. But I'm like, I have a question for you.
What time is it?
This was 9:40. By the way,
Oh,
you want to know something really like? I don't know if this cop was trolling me, but apparently, even if you stand outside the footsteps of your own home at 10, that's considered possibly getting a fine.
No. If you're on your residence, I think you're okay.
So you're telling me if I go in front of my foot, like if I fall in front of my house at 10, it's gonna be okay?
If you're on your front porch, technically you're allowed. You're on your residence.
Yeah.
But listen, I
thank God.
remember there was some. This was the first lockdown, by the way. Happy anniversary, guys, for our second lockdown.
Yeah.
Hate toiletries.
We don't roll. We don't.
No, because I said tonight we're gonna shoot the shit, so that's why hate toiletries.
Okay. Careful,
So
Raul.
I remember when there was famously this was last curfew, last lockdown. Someone was taking out, on Saint Denis Street, where they have to actually walk to the sidewalk to put out their garbage.
Yeah.
The cop came out and gave the guy a hard time. Told him get back in the house.
Get out of here.
I swear to God, guys, it went viral. I remember that.
Wow.
I remember that. So
I just want to mention something, Louis.
ahead.
People in the chat, like, what are your thoughts on the current lockdown and curfew? Like in the chat, Captain YOLO and some other people who are watching, like, are you with or against obviously this lockdown? Even I know it's a dumb obvious question, but is it bothering you mentally? Let us know. Comment here below so we could look at your chats from time to time.
And also, guys, if you're not from Montreal, you're from California, wherever you're from, let us know what you think about us having a curfew. Okay? Because the last time I checked, guys, I think we're the only ones in the world right now.
Yes.
Us
I don't know about
Ottawa.
the world. I don't know about the world, but North America we are.
Yeah.
Because Ontario put in a lockdown with no curfew. So once again, we're the only idiots. So I mean, we're used to it by now, so it doesn't matter.
And in Saskatchewan, you go clubbing. On New Year's, you could have won clubbing. So.
Perfect. Yeah, because anyway, okay. So on that note, guys, what we wanted to discuss here tonight, we wanted to just talk about how is the three of us dealing with this lockdown again, version 2.0. How are we dealing? What do we think about it? Like the guys just said, and where do we go from here?
Yeah.
So, what is Captain YOLO saying?
I legit feel depressed, and a dark cloud was hovering. Why am I reading like that? And a dark cloud was hovering around my head the day of the announcement and the day after. You know what, YOLO? You're not the only. You're not the only one who's feeling like this. I mean, Louis is. Ange is in like a meta universe, and then me, of course I am. And then Jess Sorrell was like, "There is no okay." You know what, Jess? Okay.
Well, you know what though? I heard that in Australia they sent you to like a government camp if you're not vaccinated. So,
really?
Jess, if please, I'd like for Jess, if she can, just to elaborate a little bit more on that, to see. Right now, yes, they're there, but where were they before? How extreme did their government get? Because I heard things that they were getting pretty extreme as well.
It was like like in Italy that you need like a paper to go to the pharmacy. Like that's what it was in Australia.
Well, actually, apparently, sorry to cut you off, Louis, but that was just apparently even here.
By the way, Claudio, could you shut off your notifications on your phone? Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Please, did you just start doing this?
I'm sorry.
By the way, just start podcasting.
No. The reason why it's beeping is because I have a friend of mine.
It's because he's getting booty calls. That's why.
No.
Seriously.
No. It's because I have a friend of mine because he's the one who's looking up on the news as well. And he was even saying this. Now I don't know if it's true that my friend told me this. I doesn't know if this is true, but he says that you cannot go to the SAQ or SQDC. You cannot get anything if you don't have your vaccine passport.
There has been rumors that they're thinking about obliging it. Yes,
Yeah.
there, the government is obliging. So if you want a bottle of wine or if you want to get some legal marijuana, you need to be vaccinated.
But that's actually out. They announced it. Yeah.
Oh, they
Oh
did.
yeah.
Okay.
They did
No, my
officially
friend.
announce it.
No, that's
Well,
why
there you go.
my friend's phone went. I went off. Sorry, guys. It was just my friend was telling me this.
And if
Okay.
you think this is the end, guys, they're gonna put more things for the
Oh,
unvaccinated. You're gonna
absolutely,
see.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
let's one thing at a time. Just to get back, Jess says Melbourne, Australia had 6 lockdowns last year.
Yeah.
To go back to Captain Yolo, like they would do anything but actually build new hospitals, retain current medical staff, recruit new
Exactly.
staff. No, Captain Yolo, we had this great. You were watching my last episode where I lost my shit when I had Claudio as a guest on my my Agree to Disagree show, and listen, guys, what I slowly see here, and then Ange says, I wish he's gonna share how he feels because apparently he has a different look on this.
Yeah,
Is
well, Luigi, this comment by Captain Yolo was pretty much exactly what I was. It's briefly what I wanted to talk about. You
Yeah.
got it spot on, Nick. Seriously, that's exactly
he
what
did.
needs to change.
but to go further than that, guys, and I'll be honest with you, you know what I'm worried about, and I'm going to use the analogy again. I'm going to give the example that I gave when Claudio was on my show. Is I'm starting to see, and something Ange said too before, says that even subconsciously I'm becoming woke, meaning
Yeah.
that the government is making this us against them, vaccinated versus unvaccinated. Um,
Mhm.
People feeling entitled to tell other people to put on a mask.
Oh
People
yeah.
feeling entitled to tell people to get vaccinated. Guys, what happened to the Charter of Rights and Freedoms?
I will tell you. I will tell you what happened to the charter of what is it called again? Rights and
Rights and freedoms, yes.
oh, that sounds like a good porno. Rights
Claudio,
and freedom.
Claudio, you believe in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Chocolate.
You know what? I believe there's a better chance of me and Captain Yolo going to Sapporo de Napoli and Hagilo Grassa having 2 women there, 2 single gals for me and Captain Yolo, rather than the Charter of Rights and Freedom.
Well,
That's just me.
first of all, I know for a fact that Captain Yolo knows what the Charter of Rights and Freedom is.
Yeah,
That's
he
for
does.
sure.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But you know what? At this point, it doesn't matter because Trudeau. Trudeau came out with a thing saying goes, even this goes against our Charter of Rights and Freedoms. We are going to protect your interest even if you go against it. So there it is. He said it. He said it himself. Like he knows it's going against our rights. But again, whatever we gotta do to keep safe, that's what we have to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
As sad as that is, guys.
Ange, what were you, like? How were you gonna your spin? What was your spin on it?
Like I said, Nick, what he was saying about the sick days and the staff shortages and not enough beds, those are pretty much what's going on, right?
Yes.
What I wanted to say, guys, is that as much as you might think Legault's a bad guy, he's the Grinch that stole Christmas, he gave us the curfew, he's doing this, he's doing that. At the end of the day, he's just not fixing, but he's basically filling the holes on the roof of the previous administrations who screwed it up. Like the Couillards and the Gaetan Barrette and all the guys that neglected. Guys, this problem hasn't been for the last 2 years. It's been probably for the last 15 years.
I agree 100%.
Every year in the winter, you see on the newspaper, it says, Hôpital débordé, full hospitals, full emergency, full flu season, whatever. It's the same song and dance for 15 years, and they didn't do nothing about it, and now Legault has to deal with all this garbage now. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. He's just a puppet.
But here's the thing, though, and I think I asked this question, or one of you asked, would it have been different if Couillard was doing this instead of Legault? Like if Couillard was still in power, would we have a lockdown? Yes or no?
That's a good question.
It's a good question, Claudio. We don't know the answer, right? So it's all hypothetical. Ange, I agree with what you said 1000%. Okay,
Mhm.
because this goes beyond even before Barrette and Couillard, and it's been 50, 60 years of neglect. Okay,
Yeah,
Language
exactly.
laws.
I have an issue. I have an
Mhm.
issue with um doing something, trying to justify your curfew and lockdowns when it's been again over and over saying two things: it's not effective, and there's plenty of studies regards to this. And
Yeah.
he goes and find miraculously a one fucking study that says, yeah, that curfews work. They don't. I
You
don't
know
give a
what?
fuck.
I have a good response to that. I don't know if Claudio wants. Claudio, do you want to say anything about this?
Uh, uh,
And second,
I'll
hold
say
on,
what.
and let me
Yeah.
just finish. Second, when you have like they did, physicians, doctors, pediatricians got together and wrote a letter to him
Yeah.
saying that the consequences of these lockdowns and curfews
Hmm.
will affect our children for years to come. Please stop it. There was an
Yeah.
open letter written to him.
Yeah.
When you have the world doctors, an association of 16,000 doctors saying,
Hmm.
stop the fucking madness,
Yeah.
stop it, stop it. It doesn't work. Despite all this, he's still steadfast in his fucking belief with this fucking
Yeah.
curfew, guys.
You know what, Luigi? How can I answer that? Well, the thing is, okay, last year the cases they reached a peak, and let me tell you, they were a lot less than they are now. But anyways, they reached a peak. The cases, right? What did he do? He put the curfew. Okay. Now you could tell me right now that maybe the curfew had nothing to do with it, but the cases did end up going down, right?
No,
Yeah, I'm saying that when he put the curfew, from when he put the curfew till when he took out the curfew, it had gone down to like 300 cases per day, right?
last year,
Last year, yeah.
but everything
Last
was
year when we came when he
yeah.
took out the curfew,
But
the
Ange,
cases were low. They had gone down.
but
So
that's just
there's two reasons why you're putting the curfew. Okay, one is because people are not getting it. They're still getting together, and that's the only way for people, the stubborn people that are still getting together. Everybody else is trying to do their part, but the people that are just keep gathering, keep doing these stupidities, these parties. That's the only way you're gonna stop them.
okay. So today you had yesterday when he announced the lockdown in Ontario,
Hmm.
okay, the premier Ford
Yeah,
saying what we've all been saying, especially with this variant of the Omicron.
yeah.
He says, "I'm not gonna believe. There's no way to fight this. Everyone's gonna get it.
Who said
Everyone's
that?
gonna get it."
Ford?
Ford said this. Everyone's
Okay.
gonna get it, guys. So I'm just asking you again. I'm not gonna put a curfew, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a lockdown.
But don't
What?
forget, Luigi, okay? In Ontario, Doug Ford did stay at home orders, which is probably even worse than a curfew. If you ask people in Ontario, it was almost like you need a paper to go outside. Like it was bad, dude.
Okay, I understand, but
So it's like
is a second curfew any better, Ange? I mean,
it's not any
right?
better. It's just like it's bad too. But I'm just saying in Ontario, don't forget they had stay at home orders, which means you could only go out if you have to go for groceries or pharmacy.
I just another friend of mine told me, he says, I don't understand this pandemic is the same across the country, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, across the world. Okay,
Hmm.
it's the same everywhere. It's the same virus. Doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't doesn't change. Omicron in Africa, Omicron here is the same.
Yeah.
How is it possible? What always amazes me is how everybody has such drastic different ways of handling it, guys.
I know.
If everyone doesn't understand that our rights and freedoms are being taken advantage of just because of the failures, whether you say the past governments and
Hmm.
current governments, I want to have to pay the price, guys. We've done everything we needed to do. At a
Yeah.
certain point, how could a human being, how could you stop the mobility of a human being? We
But
have rights,
yeah.
guys.
But this is what's happening now, Luigi. We got the two doses. Some of us got the third doses already. And this thing is still going on. Not only is it still going on, it's worse than it's ever been. So
But it's gonna go
now
no matter
people are
what we
starting to
do.
switch camps now.
But
You have the
but
vaccinated, the double, the third.
I know,
You have the
Ange.
double that doesn't want to get the third. You have the one that doesn't want to get two. You have the unvaccinated. There's so many. You don't even know who's on which side because every day people keep changing sides, right?
But it's gonna burn through it like a wildfire. So no matter
Yeah.
what, everyone's getting sick. So what the fuck is the use?
And this is where the mental health thing comes in, right? At the end of the
Absolutely.
day, we're worrying about how many people are going to die from this versus how many people are going to be affected by the mental health, the shortages, the surgeries that are not happening. all kinds of the domestic violence. There's so many. There's problems with the health or diabetes. There's so much.
There's too much collateral damage, Ange. There's too much.
And the collateral damage is going to last way after the virus is gone or not.
You want
to?
By the way, you want to know who?
said.
Yeah, you want to know which businesses are making money out of all this?
Well, we know who.
No, funeral homes.
Of course.
They're making making a killing. Like Guido Grasso mentioned this on Pandala's Live. Like, and then I'm thinking about this. Like, yeah, it's true. You know what? Funeral homes are
People
making
will always
business.
die.
Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing. You know, when they say, "Oh, you know, they're dead of COVID," no, you fucking idiots. They're dead because of suicide awareness is skyrocketing through the roof.
But also, guys, listen. Heart attacks is there's a lot of people dying of heart attacks.
Oh, absolutely. There's that.
And you know what, Claudio? There's got to be some kind of stress related to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know what? Here before before I got diagnosed with diabetes, my stress level was through the fucking roof, and that's what was getting me to where I am, to what I have now. And and then when I was in the hospital, I was not the only one. I was talking with some people, and they were saying, ever since there was this pandemic, never mind the fucking curfew, there was this pandemic. We've people were not the same anymore. People,
no.
Stress levels, the alcoholism, the glue sniffers, you name it. They have, people as a society in a whole are changing for the bad. And this, look, I want to.
And you know what, Claudio? This is the era of anxiety.
Exactly.
Most people that you know take some kind of medication for anxiety.
And okay. And you know what it is? Before we continue on, I just want to say my point. Like, the first lockdown was like, oh shit, it's a lockdown. What do we do? Okay, now we have to think about this. All right, money is gotta figure that out. Okay, got it. Second lockdown is okay. All right, this is the second lockdown. We got it. We're cool. We're gonna do this. Now you know what this lockdown is? It's like you just hit a brick wall, and you're like, oh fuck. Okay.
I can't believe we're back here. There's no way I thought I would ever get back like
this. Because here's the thing, especially for me in comedy, like I was getting a lot of spots, and I was like this. I'm like, oh my god, you know what? I'm finally ready. I'm finally ready. Hold on. Okay, I'm finally ready to do this. Now you know what it is? It's now on lockdown. I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm trying.
You know what? This is a nightmare, guys. Let's be honest, because nobody thought that we'd go back in lockdown. Why? You guys were even seeing it. Because the thing is, once everybody was vaccinated, or at least 80%, let's say, we thought, okay, there's no way they're going to do lockdown if they have the vaccine passport.
Yeah.
So that's why we all got taken by surprise.
Well, guys, listen, I'm not. I think we could do. I think you could believe in vaccines, and you could believe in not mandating vaccines, but you could also believe in, at the same time as believing all that, say now enough's fucking enough.
Yeah. Like guys, at the end of the day, you're not going to take someone, tie them down, and inject it. It's impossible. That can't happen.
You know what, Ange? But look at what they're creating. Look at what they're creating within society. And look at the hate. Families fighting. I was talking to my hairdresser today, and he's telling me
Barber,
whatever.
Mail for barbers.
He hears all kinds of stories, and he goes, "Look, you can't even believe the stories that I hear." Yeah. Just that that happened to him over the holidays, and people keeping in silence when they've come into contact with somebody with COVID, just because they want to be with their family, putting everyone at risk. But then also on the other end, you can't mandate our government, guys. Let's face it, guys. Our government is doing some bad shit to us, guys, and we just see the tip of the iceberg, guys. And you know what? I'm at the point that I'm questioning vaccines now. I am, guys. I'm serious. I am.
Well, you know what, Luigi? The thing is, and this is one of the biggest misconceptions of since the beginning of the pandemic, okay? A vaccine will not completely stop coronavirus. It will not stop you from getting it. It's not going to stop you it's not going to completely eradicate it. That's not how it works. A vaccine, you take it, it brings up your immunity to it, and it helps you. Like, let's say you get coronavirus, you're not going to end up in the hospital, right? You're not going to be hospitalized. So it's basically kind of like a ticking time bomb. It's like how do I say this? Like a very short-term solution. You understand that, Luigi? Mm-hmm. It's a short-term solution until everybody's immune. You understand? So that's basically what it is. But
But
somehow, I mean, this thing keeps mutating. Like they're saying, there's new variants coming, and it's
but
like,
that's the problem, right? Because
yeah.
you could have gotten vaccinated 5 6 months ago, like me in July, my second one, and now it's not
Yeah,
even
but that vaccine you took, like Omicron, came out like what, in December? It came in Canada. The
exactly.
third the third shot is for Delta. It's not even for this thing.
Exactly. So it's completely useless, guys. So now what? Now magically
You're
just
just waiting for boosters and boosters and
so what?
boosters.
And the booster is going to do what? Guys, listen, here's a great story, okay?
Mm,
And Captain YOLO, yes, thank you very much. I have
mm,
started vitamin D. By the way, guys, if you have, I have started vitamin D. I might even do vitamin C. Guys, did
mm.
you know? Okay, just because obviously the Netherlands announces plan to give people up to 6 doses of COVID vaccine. But guys,
Holy
but
cow!
Ange, to contrary to what you were saying, to
Yeah.
add to what you were saying, how is the body supposed to build immunity with
You know what,
six?
Luigi? Today I got my third booster. Okay,
Okay,
and you know what? Before, for the first time, before getting the booster, I said, I have to freaking stab myself today. Like, how many times am I gonna have to freaking do this? It hurts. Like, it hurts.
But
You know, like
yeah, but yeah,
it's
but
annoying too. Like, it's
that's
freaking annoying.
that's what's
You don't
gonna
know,
be.
like, you don't know what type of, you're taking a risk every time you take it, right? You
yes, you
get a
are.
Exactly.
reaction. So I'm
Yeah.
like, how many times am I gonna have to stop myself? Like, seriously, you know, like,
Yeah, no, it's look. Here's the thing, like when I stab myself, I could look at it, but when a stranger, I don't know, I'm like, yeah. Honestly, when I did it, I was about to pass the fuck out, and then there's this fat fuck who's like, he has a triple chin, and he goes, "Hey, Spud, it's not your first time doing it." I'm like, listen, do you want some Tic Tacs or something? And then the guy just stabs me. Doesn't do the gentle stab. Bam! And I'm like
yeah,
it
I know.
goes,
I find they go really quick.
yeah, and then like, oh, you're not used to needles. I'm like, no, you're putting it inside me, and plus your breath is smelling worse than than it is now. And then that's it. But this is an ongoing thing, guys. Every few months, what it's gonna be is like, oh, hey, we have to go take our vaccine. And
But how long is it going to continue for,
listen,
Claudio?
this is it, Louis. We don't know because here's
That's
the
the
thing.
problem.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? This look. I definitely I'm no scientist except for when I go in the bedroom. But you know,
Oh
I
God.
know, like we're not doctors, but eventually, what they're gonna do is, and again, I've been reading stuff, so I don't know if this is true or not. Eventually, we're gonna take the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and how much do you want to bet somewhere down the line? We could only take it if they're going to charge us.
Uh,
Mm,
uh,
That
I don't see that
no,
happening in
no,
Claudio,
Canada.
no, no,
listen,
no. Not,
there's a lot of people that don't take the flu vaccine. Okay, and I haven't taken it every year. There's some years I skipped.
I
Okay,
never took it. The last time I took it was when I was
I never took the
20.
flu vaccine,
okay.
bro.
Yeah,
So I did just because of my wife and the kids, whatever, and I've taken it. Okay,
yeah,
um, but I got the flu. Let me tell you, it was not fun. So I just, if you just allow me to
sure.
go back to what Captain Yolo was saying, is that yes,
Yeah,
there's two things that he said I want to talk about.
yeah. Which ones?
He said that the vaccines are one aspect of good health. Also, taking
Oh
your
yeah, yeah.
vitamin D and C, a good diet, exercise, actually getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night is what is needed. And that needs to be
Yeah.
said. And I know where he's Captain Yolo is a Joe Rogan fan like me,
Yeah.
and he keeps repeating this, and it's very important. So um the other thing that he said is that he lost a friend to suicide. I'm not
Yes.
sure when it was. It's not on the screen, but that's, and
Yeah.
first of all, my condolences, and I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But you know what, guys? This is when I see something like that, a friend losing a friend. This is what sends me off in one of my classic uh, rages. Okay,
Yeah.
because how many people do we know that are on the fringe, guys, that are on just on that limit, on that tipping point? The glass is full. It just takes one more gut, and it's going to overflow. That they're so fragile. Okay, that's all it takes. Then you throw on a lockdown and curfews limiting their human interaction,
Hmm.
when a person like that needs human interaction more than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, it's irresponsible, it's not effective, and I don't know what the fuck we need to do. It's just the government
I
just does what they want, guys.
Yeah.
It's discouraging.
Honestly, what most people are stressed out about, again,
Hmm.
it all comes down to money. Shit, like, yeah, you have your savings, right? But but how often are you gonna dig out your savings? For me, like every month, like you know what, I'm glad that I'm living
Of
with a
course.
parent, but like just like paying off my credit card every month. But I'm like, apart from that, I'm like, man, like how am I like. You have to have your backups, right? Like, oh shit, I had a job which I had to physically be there, but I'll be honest with you, I don't want to work from home. I can't work from home, or no.
But that's
You
where we're heading, Claudio. You know.
I know, but like like what you only have to be an Uber delivery person to get out of home, your house. You know, that's why like I know like a lot of people now they're going on chômage because
I know a lot of people.
it's what it's at a point right now where my friend of mine that I worked at the cinema, I'm working at the cinema with, like I know for like as long as I started, and he was saying
Mhm.
it. He goes, listen, you know, what else can I do?
How long is chômage, by the way?
Chômage is now it's
Yeah.
as long as yeah, $300, but you're taxed on it, so you're only gonna get $250 a week.
Well,
Uh,
it's also based on it's also based on how much you made. And by the way, for those of you that don't know what chômage is, it's employment insurance.
But
yeah,
like,
exactly.
guys, like, don't have a car, don't have a mortgage.
I know
Have a
that's right.
bunch
No,
of
honestly, that's why I don't have a car. I don't have a
yeah.
mortgage, and honestly, like that's my one of my other things I want to do. I want to live by myself now. Like I'm a bit scared of moving on. I'm like, oh fuck, like now I have to pay rent, I have to pay this. I'm like, oh, you know,
Claudio,
Well,
let me tell you, it's pretty bad.
it is
and
what
just
bad what?
Well, I
just
mean, just the rent. Okay,
Oh
anywhere you go
yeah,
in St. Leonard, it's $1,000. If
oh yeah,
that's what you're
no,
getting paid a month, you're not
yeah,
eating.
$2,000, yeah. Yeah, which
So,
shutterplex did you work at? I worked at the Forum and the other one, Scotiabank Theater.
and just to go back, also what I want to say before in terms of the adults being affected, the ones that also
Yeah.
have mental issues and anxiety or depression that suffer from that, is what all this is being done. What is all this doing to our children, guys?
yeah.
Guys, we're going to
Wait,
see the ramifications, not now, but where are we seeing it on a short term? We're
Well,
seeing
I
the change in behavior in
yeah,
children.
I bet you, Louis, in the next year or two, you're gonna, your kids are like, hey, Dad, what was it like going clubbing? What was it like going to the movie theaters
yeah.
with friends? What was it like? So the things that we've done when we're like, imagine, like when we were younger, we went to Blockbuster or Super Club Videotron. That was the main thing on a Friday night,
Y-
or just going to Guzo. All the El Mac kids would go to Guzo over there. You
You know
know,
what, Claudio?
yeah.
Um, I may be wrong. Luckily, till now, my kids are okay, I think. But I'm not just talking about my kids. I'm talking about other parents and friends that I speak to that they've seen a change in behavior of their children.
Oh yeah, for sure,
It's really sad. It's
for
scary,
sure.
guys.
Addicted
Yeah,
to social media. Don't
It,
yeah.
forget,
it's
guys.
What did they have?
and you know what? And honestly,
Mm.
honestly, the next person that is not a parent that tells me they should not open schools, I will fucking physically punch them in
They
the
should not
fucking
open
teeth.
schools. They should not open schools. They should not open
I
schools. They should
swear
not
to
open
God,
schools.
bro. I swear to God, Claudio.
I know.
The next fucking person that is not a parent that says that to me, that they should not open schools, I will physically fucking harm them.
Wait a minute. So, Luigi, you're telling me that your kids are at home now for another 12 days?
Of course.
My God.
Yeah, tomorrow they start online learning.
Oh, it's online. Okay.
Yeah, but do you know how bad it is, Ange?
Mm.
Do you know what it is? You know how hard it is for me my wife and I, to keep these kids motivated. My son, Mateo's in elementary. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Alessio's got to stay from 9 to 3 o'clock in front of a fucking computer.
Burning his eyes. Yeah.
How fucking horrible is that?
Yeah, I
In
know.
his first year of high school, which he's
Yeah,
finding that it is very challenging.
yeah. Man, remember first year, like our first year of high school? Oh man, that was good. Hey, Louis, this one's just for you.
But you know what though? Like the thing is,
We
we
just wanted
just
to
wait till
explode
the
it.
school's open though. If you
What?
think the cases are high now, don't forget, guys. They were saying that apparently they're running out of PCR tests. It's very limited. So that means a lot of people are probably positive that are not getting tested.
Good.
So
It
the
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
numbers are a
Don't let
lot
them stay
higher than
home.
that.
Don't let them stay home.
yeah.
Why go get? Honestly, Ange. Honestly,
Yeah,
what good is it? I have COVID. Stay home. Fuck.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Also,
back in the
If you
day,
don't need
back
to
in the day,
go, if you don't need to go to hospital, guys, listen to me. If you don't need to breathe, if you're sorry, if you don't need, if you don't have, if you're not having difficulty breathing, you don't have, and if you don't have, what's it called? Jesus. Anyway, uh, uh, infection and fever.
yeah.
What are you going to hospital for? And why am I on the screen alone? Because you think I was going to go off on a tangent, right?
Yeah, no, I think we're getting mad. That's why.
It's 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 I don't know, guys. And I hate. I can't even have discussions with with my sisters and my family because well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna
Yeah.
make the hospitals overflow, and what if it's one of you or one of your kids that needs help and needs to go to hospital? I know, guys, but what if
You know what I don't get? They said that they had 670 hospital beds. We're at 1,700 hospitalizations. How does that make sense? You're telling me that the people are on the sky and the roof or something? It doesn't make sense.
I don't know, bro.
Or
We're
the
getting
other
200
floor.
hospitalizations per day, and I thought the max was at 670. What's going on over here? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make
I don't know.
sense.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
The numbers don't add up, dude. That's
The
for
numbers
sure.
don't add up. And you know what? And meanwhile, we're all supposed to be here bending over, getting a knife or a dildo in our asses. That's how it's supposed to be.
But you know what, Claudio? I feel like that every day. I feel like honestly,
By
I
your
don't know
wife
about you guys.
or
But,
general?
but guys,
No,
seriously, they closed down everything not because of COVID, because of the hospital situation in the hospitals.
well, of
So
course.
just think
But
about that for a second,
but
okay?
but yeah,
They're
but what I want
closing
to know,
something, everybody down. They're closing the economy. They're closing
yeah,
your life, whatever, for their fuck up. That they know they can fix the problem. They could have for the last 10 years, and you're gonna suffer because they
Yeah,
didn't do it.
but I want to know
that's
something.
exactly it.
All right, I want to know something. Restaurant owners, bar owners, cinemas, they have put money, they have dug money from their pockets
Yeah,
to
but
to
it's like,
separate and to respect the laws. And in the end, they're the ones who who are
you
getting
know what,
finger
guys?
pounded up
This
their
is
ass.
something that people don't want to hear, but when it comes to those people like the cinemas, the restaurants, the bars, now is not the time. The times to make money with those businesses, it's way gone now. It's way past. You know what I mean? Like, Montreal will never be the same the way it was
No,
before.
they
When
don't.
the times when I used to go clubbing, even the times when Luigi, well, obviously those were like the
Those
golden
are
days, probably.
the golden years,
But I'm
man.
saying, like, Montreal was like the Vice City. It was
Yeah,
like the
now
biggest.
now not
But you don't make money with those businesses anymore. And if you do, you
But
make it in the summer.
you
So
know what, Ange?
by now it's the fifth freaking wave. Okay, wouldn't you have said, you know what, I'm gonna cut my losses, get the hell out of here, and start something else, or I'll go look for a job. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
cut
not
your
it's
losses.
yeah, but Ange, it's not that easy. I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna say the name, but a
Yeah,
friend of mine, his good friend owns a very popular restaurant. I'm not gonna say the name.
yeah.
Okay, out of respect, he's been in business for a long time.
yeah,
Everybody knows this place. Okay,
yeah. Wow, we don't know it
spent
because we're not gonna say the name, but it's okay.
spent anyway. Trust me, if I say it, everyone knows it. Spent a
Sure.
lot of my youth there. Great nights,
Yeah.
fantastic
Mm,
food, fantastic owners, great place.
great women too.
Yes. Um, let's hope my wife doesn't watch the show. But anyway, so prior, he just announced his closing restaurants again. This man, this owner, just did an order of $6,000 for New Year's Eve in food. What do you think he did with that food, guys?
Catering.
Lost it, bro. Lost it.
He didn't do catering.
Well, that's what he could, but
Yeah.
he
He
lost it.
of course.
He's so, guys. My buddy told me he's so discouraged
Yeah.
Of
that
course, dude.
that he doesn't know. You have to keep him away from a gun. Let's put it that way, guys. I'm being serious.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
how
would be
discouraged
surprised.
he is.
People
That's how
lost
discouraged.
everything, Luigi. And you know what? It's just every time we keep locking down, it just goes. The knife goes closer and closer to the heart. It's like being dumped by the same girl like eight different times. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. That's a great analogy. It's a great analogy. But listen, since we've been off the air when we stopped our first season, a few things happened with Claudio. Obviously, when he was diagnosed with diabetes. Claudio, how have you managed that? Forget about the whole managing in a pandemic time, but how do you see it? How have you managed it? Is there a pro and a con to this?
Yes, yes. There is a pro and a con to this. So I might go at the end of this month to 100% probably get off insulin or go on pills.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
So thank you. So there's
Nice.
that. Um, that's so. I mean, look, I've been eating. I mean, obviously, I've been having a lot of eating carbs, but I'm staying
Mhm.
away from sweets. Like I went to my friend's house for Christmas,
Mhm.
and they had sweets. I didn't even go for the sweets. I just I I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. So that I'm so that I'm okay. I haven't been craving sweets.
Mhm.
I haven't been eating as much garbage as I used to. So health wise, it's good. It's going good.
It's changed your way of living and way of thinking
Oh
when it
yeah,
comes
yeah,
to
yeah.
food.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, look, I'm still a
Mhm.
bit big because I'm eating carbs, right? Like whole,
Okay.
like I'm eating a lot of whole grain pitas and stuff like that. But I'm staying away from sweets. That's what I'm staying away from. But apart from that, I mean, there's nothing. Uh, nothing too severe. Like now, I'm able to control a little my emotions. I'm able to uh just cope with it.
How
I'm
did
not binge eating as much as I used to.
I'm curious, how did you manage to, with this visit coming up with the doctors, how did you manage to get it under control so quickly? Maybe I'm naive. I don't know.
I
How
just
did,
wa- I just put my foot down and I'm like, you know what? It's time for
but
me to because I saw my doctor last time. She goes, everything is good. I just want to see how you're gonna do over the holidays.
No.
And then after that, I'm like, you know what? You know,
so yeah, let's mute that mic.
yeah,
The so basic no, but what I'm saying is that the body is able to adapt so quickly.
yeah. Body is able to adapt so quickly because honestly, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Just
That's
drink a
interesting.
shitload of water.
Of
That's what
course.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
water is key. Water is life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, without that, I mean, there we go. And obviously, just stay away from sugary drinks. Stay away
Okay.
from juice. Stay away from juice.
So Claudio, so basically you're getting used to it now. Like
Yeah, I'm
you're
getting used to it. And then now, I'm not as tired as I used to be. I'm not as well. I'm still a bit lazy, but I'm not. But I'm not as tired as I used to be. Like I wake up in the morning, and even like 20 minutes later, I'm like, ugh. Now I'm
Mhm.
just like, all right, you know. I mean, now I'm just sitting in front of my laptop all the time because what's the point? Because for me, going for walks now, I had it because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk. There's nothing. I don't. There's nothing else to do. But when I was working, I used to be active. When things are open up, I work during the day, go do comedy at night, and I would watch what I eat or eat certain
Mhm.
amount or eat a lot of carbs, and I'm like basing it. I'm like, okay, I know, I'm overeating carbs, but I could walk it. So
Well,
now,
that's the thing, right? You don't have also that temptation of being at all these places and these clubs and eating bad. And also, what I wanted to say is, what I think is that this good news coming out from that is that before you would hear the word diabetes and you thought for sure was a death sentence.
yeah,
But so anybody watching it, at least they could take the positivity out of that
yeah,
and say, you
Yeah.
know, that's great, man. That's great news.
thank
At
you,
least the people
Yeah.
watching it, that there is hope and things
yeah.
could change really quick, bro. I can't believe how quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
hopefully. Look. Doctors don't know if I have type 1 or 2.
okay, interesting.
So I'll see what they say at the end of January. If I'm on type 1, I still go on insulin, but less. But if I'm on type 2, they'll put me on pills.
Okay,
Okay.
all
So,
right, good stuff.
but my biggest worry is if they have to switch me, I might have to be hospitalized for a few days.
For
Why?
real.
Why?
Yeah, because transitioning from either getting off it or switching it is a change. It doesn't happen overnight.
So
My
they have
big
they have to watch you basically. They have
Yeah,
to
so
observe.
but my biggest fear is nurse is gonna help me. Is she gonna be unvaccinated or vaccinated? No, I'm kidding. No,
No, I thought he was gonna go. She gonna be hot or not?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully not. Look, we'll see. We'll see what they say. But for now, it's good. But
So no sponge baths.
funny story actually.
Oh,
I
here we go.
Yeah. Well, no, I want to know. So a nurse came in and goes, "Hey, would you like a sponge bath?" But it was a male nurse. But I'm like, but
Ugh.
no, he asked me that. I'm like, okay. He goes, all right. Don't worry. I'll make sure that'll happen. I'm like, all right. I got a good nurse. I got a fat fuck coming in. He goes, do you want a sponge bath? I'm like, ah, shit.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, he goes, you like
Uh-huh.
this? Huh?
Interesting.
I'm getting butt fucked in a hospital
Yeah,
tonight.
there's male PABs also, Claudio.
Yeah.
In case
Thanks.
you didn't
Thanks.
Just I'm
Thanks, Ange.
just on give my face a sponge bath. That's it.
Yeah.
know.
Um, I'm really glad to hear that, Ange. Sorry, Claudio. Ange,
Yeah.
something happened to you
Yeah.
while we were off,
Yeah.
and I can't help but think that the prerequisite of you moving in with your girlfriend was asking her to do a YouTube channel with you.
Well, this is the funny thing. Actually, she actually wants to do the channel. Like she came up with the idea. That's what's interesting,
That's cool.
and it's inspired by me moving in. Right, like all these changes that's going on. She never lived with somebody. I never lived with somebody. Well, I lived with my parents, but I never lived with somebody other than my parents.
Hmm.
So, like I said, honestly, it was a big change. But overall, I find it's been very easy for me. Overall, surprisingly, like it's been like I don't know, like doing all the things that I didn't do before. I learned quickly. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like for that, I found that I learned quickly. Sometimes when you have a smaller space, you're two people. When they say you have your zone, like your bubble, you
Yeah,
have your
like
own space, like your comfort zone, whatever. Sometimes it clashes. You know what I mean? Like you want to
mhm.
do your own thing, she wants to do her own thing. She wants to be with you, like like he wants to cuddle, this, that, all that, relationship, lovey-dovey stuff. So it's like at the end of the day, though, like I'm getting used to it. You know what I mean?
It's interesting because me being the oldest of the three of us is that I've been through all the phases that you guys have been,
Yeah,
right? I'm ahead of you, so I remember when I go back and when we only moved in once we got married, right? And you said it perfectly, right? Every man, it's an adjustment, guys. It's a huge adjustment, but just
yeah,
if I'm going to give a piece of advice to any guy moving in with or any couple moving into the guys,
yeah.
just remember that it's not about you anymore. It's not just about you,
Exactly. Yeah.
and your mother and dad and your mother and father are not there to
They're
to
not there
answer
to, yeah, exactly.
to answer all your beck and
If something
calls.
happens, it's on you. You
It's
gotta,
on you, man.
yeah,
It's on you. So basically, you go from one flip of a coin, then it's all on you. All the
yeah. To not my
responsibility.
problem, Dad, go do it. To what am I gonna do now? Let me go Google this. Let me go find. And another thing is that especially if you're in a small area like an apartment, whatever, it's like when you go to bed, it's like you're going to bed at the same time. You don't realize it, right? You're not gonna make a noise while the other person like. Everything you do is pretty much the same as them. You eat with them, you sleep with, like, you know what I mean. That's a big change, I find too.
It's a huge change.
Yeah,
Absolutely, it's a huge change in life. It's a huge adaptation, and that's why a lot of people, once they go to that point, they
yeah,
might not survive as a couple because you go
yeah.
from yeah.
And another thing is that it's not just the extra financial stuff. It's you got more things to do, dude. You got things that have to be done. If you don't do it, well, you're going to be sitting in filth, right?
Yes.
That's what you have to understand.
Yeah. And thank God I have a cleaning service.
Well, that's the thing. Got to pay for those cleaning service,
Oh,
and they're
I
not
know, I
cheap,
know.
right? So there you go.
No, 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 I know. But the reason I did I with two kids and my wife working full time and same here, it's just me. It's impossible.
I could be your cleaning person, Louis.
You know what, Claudio? He comes every 2 weeks, so you could come on the off weeks as well.
All right, perfect. No, I'm actually down. I'm actually down to do it. Just give me like 50, $60 and I'm good. I'll clean out.
You have to
I'll
do
clean your
everything. You have
house.
to wash the windows. You have to vacuum.
Yeah,
You
well,
gotta
okay, well, I'll vacuum, yeah.
move
I'll wash the
everything,
floors.
bro. Like,
Should we do a live interview?
There we go. What's the other person's name? Mono Hesa Javier.
Can you please,
yeah.
Mr. Claudio, episode 2 of season 2, Claudio Capri's interview with Luigi Costanza.
So, Claudio, why you
We'll
want
do it,
to
man.
clean houses? I need a fucking job, Louis.
Can I see your
CV.
credentials and your CV? Yeah,
What is it called? Karim, what is it? CV.
curriculum CV. Yeah,
Karim
curriculum
Vital.
vitae.
VT. All right, Claudio. So it says here that you you dug a body that could listen. No one knows about that.
So things are moving around in the 3 Men in a Podcast. One
Yeah.
has fighting diabetes, but I'm getting out of it. And just growing up, he's become officially an adult, having in his apartment,
Yeah.
and I'm still stuck here. But you know what, guys?
Yeah.
What about you, Louis?
Well,
Something did happen to you,
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
unfortunately, we're gonna end this podcast on a sad note.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna make it a sad note. As everyone knows, I lost my dad in November, and thank you, by the way, everybody that did send their condolences and
No
send
problem.
messages and calls. And it was an inundated Instagram, Messenger, texting. It was incredible. It really warmed my
Dick
heart. And
pics.
Well, no, there was no dick pics, but so basically, my dad was ill for a while, and he didn't have any quality of life. Um, so this is the way I decided to take it. I took it in a positive light that he's no longer suffering,
Mhm.
and he's in a better place. And
Yeah.
that's I choose to remember the good times. I choose to remember when he was healthy, but he was sick for so long, and it's hard to do that. Um, and once again, I find the podcast being a therapy for me. So that's pretty much it, guys. There's not much. There's not much to, I'm 46. My dad was 88. Uh,
46. Oh fuck! I
yeah.
thought you were 55 or something.
No, no. Yeah, no,
Jesus
not
Christ, double
56. 46.
man with the white hair.
So
Fuck.
yeah, I know. A little bit. It's all the stress that you give me. Um, so it's never easy, guys. But every man, every person is gonna go through the unfortunate life event of losing a
Mhm,
parent,
mhm.
Mhm.
as Claudio has. And no matter the age, it's never easy. But
Exactly.
I really chose to take it in a good way. There's days I still cry and I miss him, but yeah, that's it, guys. That's the way I'm gonna take it.
C'est
So
la vie. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? But c'est la vie and everything that our parents,
Mhm.
taught us. You know, we're gonna have them engraved with us, and obviously, we have a different upbringing, right? There was a different time.
yeah,
Our parents, our grandparents, they didn't really know what social media was. They didn't really know health benefits for food wise as we
yeah,
do now.
Yeah.
So it's a very different but you know what I find, it's a different culture. We learn more about our culture now. Obviously we anglicize our cultures today. Like I meant, like for example, like when our parents were alive, I mean parents or grandparents were
mhm,
alive, it was more of, we're from the country, this is what it is, this is what we did. And then they
Mhm.
came to America, or they already were here, but they still had their roots. They're like, oh, so and so, we don't do this because it's not part of our culture. But as time went on, and then they realized the world was changing. They realized that we had to change as well.
yes. But
So,
it's I'm happy you said that, Claudius, because I just want to give a piece of advice, honestly, guys, is that
Mhm.
we come from us again. I'm older than you, but from our generation of our parents came here with a certain mentality and kept that
yeah,
mentality. Didn't really evolve that much,
yeah,
okay? But
Mhm.
they did in their own way.
yeah,
All I'm gonna say is, guys, appreciate and love your parents
yeah,
while they're alive
yeah,
for their differences.
yeah.
Mhm.
You're not going to change them, guys. All you
No,
could do is change the way you are
yeah,
a parent and as a person, which of course I am. I'm not the same type of father that my father was towards me,
exactly.
Mhm.
but I still appreciate everything he did for me,
Yeah, absolutely,
even though
absolutely.
it was very different. So
Yeah.
I appreciate all the sacrifices and everything
Mm,
he's done for us. And I think I'm just going to give this piece of advice, having just lost my father and having already lost my mother many years ago, is just appreciate your parents, guys, while they're here. That's all. Try not to sweat the stupid stuff, the small stuff, when they embarrass you, when they're hard on you, when you think that their thinking is too old school. Guys, trust me, just appreciate it, because when you're older and you're a
yeah,
parent yourself, you're gonna appreciate it. That's all
yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And you know what? You've said this better. And you know what? That was actually a really good high note. So is there anything you both wanna mention, or you guys want to end it here?
Well, first of all, I'm glad we're back. It's been a
Yeah,
while. Seriously, I
yeah,
have a lot of fun doing this, guys.
yeah,
Like when I do this, I
yeah,
find I get to put things out there and relieve a bit of stress, and have a good conversation with you guys and the
yeah,
audience. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So all right. So Louis, wanna any last thoughts on this, or
Um, no, I think I was pretty clear, guys. Let's
okay?
let's try to get through this together again.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's gonna sound like a broken record. Let's just try to get out there, try to keep yourself busy as much as you can,
Yeah.
try to stay
Yeah.
active, take care of yourself,
Yeah.
and if and talk to a friend if you
Yeah.
can't handle it
And
anymore.
and you know what, folks, guys? Hold on. I'm not picking my nose. It's got something itching. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let your emotions out, because trust me, if you keep this bottled inside you, ça va pas bien aller. It's not gonna go well. It's gonna affect you worse than what you think. You might even end up being hospitalized. So
Mm.
talk to a friend, call them, text them, just sext them to whatever relationship you want to have. But it's most important that they know that, and if that person does not make time for you, if that person always responds late, because let's admit it, like we're home like from now until like tomorrow morning. If that person, doesn't want to respond to you, uh besides sleeping, then you know what, that person's not
They're
right
full
for
of
you.
shit. They're
They're
full of
full
shit.
of shit. That's
Move
right.
on to
So
someone that actually cares.
exactly. Because because when everyone says, well, everyone cares for you, no. All right, just talk with a few people, even if you haven't spoken to them in a long time. Call them. Don't text them. Actually, no, don't text them. Have a verbal conversation, because you know what, I do this myself too. I text a lot of people and like, man, I haven't heard your voice, and then when I have to call them, I'm like, oh, shit, all right, fine. Since we're calling each other, that's it. You know, so that's the only way to do this. And also, we're gonna be doing this bi-weekly Wednesday nights. So,
Yeah.
And
uh,
any closing thoughts?
Wait, you're seeing me?
yeah,
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 and
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm very excited to see the future episodes. We've got some amazing guests lined up. We've got some
Hmm.
interesting topics too, right, Luigi
Yes,
and
yes,
Claudio? We got a
absolutely.
Yeah.
lot of things that I came up with, Claudio came up with, so I'm really excited. And like I said, this show is good for men and women, guys. The men, it's men's health, obviously, and for the women, you get to see a perspective, three men talking to each other, something that you don't really get to see,
Yeah.
whether you're at home or if you're with your girlfriends too. You don't really get to see that,
Yeah.
right? So,
Well, talking about stuff
yeah,
that matters, right? Talking about
mhm,
stuff that sometimes is taboo, right? So, for
yeah.
example, if I'm going to end it on this note, I'm just disturbed by the visual of can Claudio wear a French-made outfit while he's washing my house? I'm not. I'll be honest, Captain Yolo. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm gonna have nightmares.
All right, so folks, we have our different podcast links to our shows. Links are here at the bottom if you want to see me, Frank, Louis, or Ange. Links are here at the bottom. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our bi-weekly episodes. Give us a like on Facebook, give us a like on YouTube, and we're gonna, you know what, even when we get out of this pandemic, hopefully we'll get to make something out of this. So we're gonna be back here and 2 Wednesdays, same time, with a guest. Who is it? Tune in and have yourselves a good night, and stay safe, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Take
Have
care,
a good
Bye,
one.
guys. Good
everyone.
night.
Until next.